It's happening. We're doing it. Donka Shane.
Well, hello, guys. We are here on another
Hello.
episode of the Aaron and John Show. This is episode 19. How are you, Aaron?
That was when I lost my virginity. I was 19.
19?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Late bloomer, also early comer.
I believe I was 16 and a half when I lost mine.
That was back when you were keeping the halves.
Yeah, I think it was like halfway through my 16th year, which is what 16 and a half would be, isn't
Your
it?
16th year in high school. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, my 16th year of high school. That is correct. So, Aaron, how are you doing?
Okay.
Good. What's new with you?
Not much. I made sofritas today from Chipotle. I made my own, and it's better than Chipotle's, arguably. I'm not going to let anybody try it because it's good and I want it. I made a burrito today with it. Pretty good.
Okay.
Big fan. I made my own vegetables with it too. I do very white shit in my burritos though. The vegetables are white, I guess. It's carrots, green beans, and corn.
I thought you were going to say carrots, pea, green beans.
Well, I do usually put peas in them.
Oh,
but
peas, not pea.
No.
Okay, not urine.
Urine is in the salsa. I made my own salsa too.
Nice.
Yeah.
Look at you, Aaron. You're all like, this quarantine has nothing on you.
That's true. Oh, it's destroying my life. I'm not going to have health insurance next year.
Isn't it? Well, I guess I have health insurance, so I don't. Isn't it weird? Like when you have to deal with that kind of shit?
Well, I
hate adult
I
shit
looked
like
at
that.
it yesterday. So I've been on a Obamacare for 3 years, which has been pretty easy and not very expensive.
Mm-hmm.
But I looked at it yesterday, and now that I don't have a job, I guess I lose a certain credit, whatever
Really?
that makes it affordable.
Okay.
So the one that I have now would be 10 times what it is a month, so $400 a month.
Beautiful, isn't it great?
So then I was just like,
That's the
oh,
one
well,
treatment
I
I
just won't have health insurance.
Okay. And then
But I don't care.
And when you just have to pay for the penalty. Oh, I guess I don't know.
You don't have to pay the penalty.
Is there
No,
a penalty
it ended
anymore?
after 2018, I think.
Oh, nice. Well, hey, look at
That's what I looked
us.
up. And also the penalty is like $700, which is nothing compared to $400 a month for health care.
True.
I'll just go to a fucking Minute Clinic if I'm dying.
That works. That works as well. Is everything good to go with you? Are you running
I think
smoothly?
So, yeah. As far as I know.
How are your shits?
Good.
Good.
Regular.
Do you take any fiber? Anything like that?
I don't need any fiber. I eat a lot of fruit.
That will do it. I eat a shit ton of apples.
A lot of
No
I've
pun
recently
intended.
gotten back into eating apples. I found an apple that's red on the
With
inside.
peanut butter?
No, I can't eat peanut butter.
Oh, you can't.
I've got fake peanut butter.
Do you
but
do
I
it with
don't,
fake peanut butter?
No, not really.
Okay.
I like the fake peanut butter, but I never eat it. It's just rotting in my
Baby,
cupboard.
Eat me, Aaron.
Eat
Eat
me.
me. Eat me.
I don't want to. Yeah, I make smoothies too, so I put a full pear in there and
Nice.
blueberries and spinach.
So when you do your, what makes up of your protein shake?
So the protein in the smoothie is a pea protein. That's all vegan. And it's like, I think it's 20 grams a scoop.
Okay.
Which is, I think, standard.
Yeah.
And I get the kind from like Sprouts that they make like in bulk bags. It's cheap as fuck. It's like $5 a pound.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, shit.
But you can't yet. They put out a certain amount of bags because you can't use the bulk like you used to, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So they pre-package it first, but it's still super cheap.
Nice.
Because the normal like bottle of that shit's like $20 for all of it. Really.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I used to do a hemp protein. I used to do hemp protein all the time, and that one was like, I think that was like $16.
I've got hemp hearts that I put in it. I put a bunch of seeds. I put flax, chia, hemp
Flex
hearts.
will definitely have you make you poop.
Yeah.
It'll make you poop.
And cacao nibs, like from the chocolate bean.
Okay.
They kind of taste like dark chocolate, but it's not like refined or anything, so
Right.
it's kind of rough. And
Yeah,
bitter.
it's a little
Pretty
bitter
good
tasting.
though. Like it gives the smoothie a nice kind of chocolatey kind of shit to it.
Okay.
And then I put
Good you.
I put a vegetable collagen in there. It's like a
Okay.
meat replacement collagen. So that's pretty.
Yeah, so it's
I
like
got
more
it
like
all.
a flavor than thing.
Tastes like shit.
Oh,
Doesn't
okay.
taste good at all. I did have like that, like
It's
green
like
grass
black with
stuff.
like little spots in it.
It's dark green.
Yeah.
It's very dark. Yeah, it looks really healthy.
Yeah, the darker, the weirder looking it is, the more likely it's good for you.
Yeah.
It is not going to taste good.
That green grass
Mhm.
stuff, that? I
know that
used
is.
to get that with all like the powdered vegetables in it. So I just ran out, so I got to get more. But yeah, I usually pack it pretty thick with shit. And then I use pea milk, which is just adds on because it doesn't have any sugar in it. So I just add on to the pea protein shit. And It's like 30 grams of protein. And
see, I really liked when I was vegan and I was like vegetarian and all that stuff. I really enjoyed it. I really did. It's just that I felt so weak all the time. So
really?
I think it's because how much the weight I want to do in the workouts I like to do.
Sure.
That like you can't be deadlifting, or at least I can't be. My body doesn't work well. I can't be deadlifting 400 pounds. And
you've got to just like keep wanting to do it.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
It's
when I was
because you
lifting
have
weights,
to intake all the time.
When I was lifting weights and not eating meat or dairy, I was fine, but I was also taking a pre-workout that like got me pretty wrecked up.
I
wasn't like having I wasn't pushing myself super hard because I just wanted to get in there and do shit. I didn't want to because then I started lifting weights in my parents' house when I was like making shirts, so I'd wait for them to dry, and I've got an old weight bench there, so I'd bench like 140 or 150, just like the weights I've got there, and then like my left elbow is like hurt for 2 weeks because of it. It's shit from my old job. That's just like creeping up back to the surface.
I tell people all the time, you don't really need to lift that much. You don't have to do heavy weights to be able to get ripped.
No, I know.
You really don't.
I really just wanted to do it and see if I could. And it was super fucking easy just to get back and do 150 because I've been doing that shit forever anyway.
Honestly, I don't think I probably could bench 150.
Really?
I don't ever bench anymore.
Yeah, that's the thing too, is like I hadn't done it since, I guess, January or February. But
Yeah.
And then I did some deadlifts with it, which was harder because I added some weight to it. They weren't deadlifts; they were like dead reps, I guess you call them. I think I put 190 on those. Like at first, I did 150, but then I had two, so it was about 200, and then that was tough. I used to be able to do that with like 260 and nothing, but that was after building it up so much.
Yeah, I was like now, like I think the highest I go, like maybe is 70 pounds on anything with like a dumbbell. 70 more, no higher than 70-pound dumbbell, which is I guess on average is probably more than a normal person.
Yeah, I don't
use, but like
I usually don't do dumbbell stuff. But the biggest one I worked with was 65, and that was at my old job. So I would just like bench it.
I'm like
press it
because of like I'm continuously like hitting my macros right now. I've been doing it for like probably solid like 2 years, and I'm like consistently staying at like between 201 and 205, and that's perfect for me to be at because I'm thick enough where I feel like I'm healthy, and yet I'm able to like have like mass on me, and it looks like I'm like okay, you have
mass.
Well, you're able to. You don't look. I don't fluctuate in my weight because I could easily go from 170 up to like 200 and drop back down. I didn't like that shit. I wasn't a big fan of it because it's what you said. It sucks. It's awesome.
Dangerous.
Like it's awesome when you're going up high, and then when you're going down, it's good for about like 2 weeks because you have all that strength of like being at 200.
Yeah.
But then like you look like you're like 180 because your body's losing its fucking muscle anymore. Yeah.
I'm bad at like doing anything but lifting if I do work out. So like when I'm doing like home workouts, I just use the only dumbbells I have there are 15 pounds. So I just do as much shit with that, like upper body. And I would do squats for a little bit, but my fucking knee, it's just all this shit from
sleeves. You need knee sleeves.
Yeah, well,
I don't do any leg workouts without leg sleeves, knee sleeves anymore.
Well, they started when I was just fucking walking recently. Just walking like on regular
on the outside
sidewalks.
Is the outside of the knee?
I don't think so.
Like where
I think
that little
it's
knot
from
is
something from work where I folded it too much when I was sitting down in an airplane, and you did that too much, and it just didn't
wears out.
Yeah, it's got to be something like that because it started hurting when I was still working there. So anyway, I'm going to sue Delta Airlines.
Okay, as you should.
For $2,000 in medical costs. Please give me money. More money, Delta. But yeah, I haven't fucking done anything in like 2 weeks just because my entire left side of my body's falling off, falling apart.
Yeah.
Just pretty cool. I've been playing a lot of video games, which is great.
Awesome.
Getting back into that. A lot of Nintendo shit. Bunch of 8-year-old kid stuff. Love it.
Yeah, like I can't tell you, like, every night between, because I have a pretty crazy regimen. If I'm like, once I get home from work, I get home by like, like what, 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
And so from like 9 to 10, what I'll do is I'll get everything ready for, like, so if I have to do a podcast the next day, like everything's set up for that. Or what I do is I'll edit a little bit, and like, so I have something so I can promote for the next day.
Yeah.
Then after that, then I'll write for an hour. And then after that, at the nighttime, then when everything, my nice little cool down thing
like
is
FIFA.
up. No, I used to. Now it's 2K20 right now because I have an Xbox One.
Yeah.
And dude, the graphics on that shit is fucking crazy.
Yeah, I bet.
But like, it's so funny because when I play video games, I like to play sports games, which is like the equivalent of like, I'm like playing this guy to work him out, so he gets muscular. And
I love sports games. That's the worst thing about being like a Nintendo guy is like they don't have any sports games.
Because I think you'd love baseball if you could have like create a player.
That's the only reason I ever played.
You play that all the time.
I got a PS3 years ago, and the only reason I got it was so I could get the baseball games that were on there, and then Madden, and like the hockey game. I think whatever the fuck was out in 2011. But then I played those for like a summer, and then got rid of everything. It was great. I felt liberated. I got what I needed. But yeah, there is one baseball game on the Switch, but it sucks. It's not much going for it. It's realistic, but there's just not much. There was pretty low effort shit. Like they didn't put as much in it like the show would, or the football game. There's no football games on there unless they're like just a bunch of fake people.
Right.
So I just play Super Smash Brothers, which is great.
Which is good.
Which is great. And that's about it. And then I cry in the corner of my bedroom. And then when I'm done in that corner, I go to another corner. You have 4 corners for a reason, folks.
You wanna see a video clip of something that will make
me crying in the corner?
Yeah. So this is our video of the week,
right.
And so here we go.
Right.
Sorry, I only have one hand. Ladies and gentlemen, boys, this is the Aaron Show with your hosts, Aaron and John Mouse.
The age of like
we
social
were kind
media.
Of growing up, and
but
we
had MySpace
and yeah, but you couldn't.
You can't
post
do
that
any of
kind
that
of
shit.
And we didn't know what the fuck was going on with YouTube when we were. I mean, it came out when I was 15, so you were 16 or 17. But yeah, like it's so easy now to just upload anything onto whatever, and your phones are stronger than computers were, what are they called? Cameras were like 5 or 6 years ago. So.
Oh yeah.
Like just like I think about like when I see videos of kids just doing regular shit, like all the times we could have done like recorded ourselves. Yeah, close.
Sorry. I apologize. I guess I should a little explain. So every once in a while, I will send Aaron a random video between like 7 and 8 o'clock in the morning. And today I sent you 2 of them. The first one was pretty good. It was this Latino guy who was like one of those bicyclists who like wears the whole outfit. Well, he fell into basically a bed of cactus, and there was cactus on him. Like pieces of cactus were about that big.
He killed a bunch of cacti.
Yeah, and that were like stuck to his ass and his back and his arms, and like it was all in Spanish. And they're just like, dude, they were basically saying like, dude, what the fuck were you doing? It's roughly what they were saying.
Why would you do that to those cacti, you asshole?
But the second video was
rough.
Real rough.
Which
we'll wait.
We'll wait to explain it to you.
I
didn't watch it. He just sent me a screenshot of it earlier. which is about what I expected, but not. I guess like the
title,
the view, like the point of view was what I wasn't expecting.
Okay.
You never expect to see that from behind.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. But yeah, like it is a. If you and I were in the age of what it is now,
imagine all the cool shit we could have recorded back when we were in high school.
Oh, so much crazy stuff. How much stuff would have gotten us in
we
trouble?
Were like, because you see all the kids that have YouTube channels when they're like 10, just uploading not like stuff about Sonic the Hedgehog or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
And it's not. I saw one because I was trying to figure out something on my Switch today, and I just like typed in the problem I had with it on Google, and then one of the videos popped up was something I clicked on. And it was just this little kid that was like, it had 50 views. It was this little kid that was like, all right, here's how you do this on your Switch. And it was like adorable.
It was extremely helpful. Was it helpful?
No, I knew how to do that.
Okay.
But that wasn't, that kid didn't know it. But it was like, it's like one of those things you think of when you're a kid and you're like, oh, I know how to do this. Like you're confident about it. And it's kind of like, the adults are like, oh, this kid doesn't understand like the whole scope of this, because what I was looking for was a specific thing on the Switch, but what this was like kind of what I was looking for, but not quite.
Right.
But also like adults made that same video that kid made, and I'd rather watch the kid talk about the fucking Switch than a bunch of goddamn goofballs working at a tech magazine.
It's always funny sometimes, like
hold on.
Everyone. Oh, you're sinking down. Every once in a while, I will like YouTube a video, and I have to figure out like something for the camera related or something like that. And it's always funny when it's always someone who's always 15, 16 years old explaining to me. I'm like, this is insane that you're at that age knowing how to do this.
It's cool because I think like when you're that young and you're enterprising at all is
for
kind
sure.
Because like I guess in a way we were like that when we were younger because we played sports. And we wanted to play sports in college, right? We wanted to keep doing that. So in a way that's similar, but it's also like something that everybody does in high school pretty much. But they, everybody thinks they're going to fucking play.
Right. With doing half-ass work.
Yeah.
It's like it blows my mind. If I would have put in maybe 3% effort, I say this in my athletics, in my schooling and in like my sports, I would have been easily
for sure
superior to
if
so
I would
have
played football or taken a weight training class, I probably would have been all right.
Right. Yeah. That's what that's the one thing I loafed in those kind of classes. I always I didn't do fucking this shit. Like, why did I give a fuck what this is
I loved
gonna do?
lifting weights back then.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to do it in front of other people.
Yeah, I just didn't want to do it in a class.
And now, like, when I do it, I probably don't do it with the right form, or like I could have learned something.
Way more, yeah.
But
like, think about back then, it was almost Jurassic era versus what it is now. Isn't it funny?
There's no Geiger machines, or what are those rowing?
Oh, Smith machines? Smith machines are the ones that help you with like the bench and the ones that squats.
Yeah. We didn't have any of those at least.
Yeah.
Cheap ass fucking West Platte before the nuclear or the power plant gave us all
right.
the money.
Just a couple years right after we graduated.
Did you go to the had you been in the weight room after it?
I've been to the school now.
Oh, really?
Because did you go? Because you graduated a year after me. So for our class, what we did was we did like a tour around the whole school and the additions and everything they added to it.
Didn't. I don't think we did that.
You guys didn't do a tour around the school?
I've been to the school because my family will rent out the lunch or like the
you can rent out shit now
for Thanksgiving sometimes. Every other year they rent it out for Thanksgiving.
What's so crazy? What I do like about our school is the curb appeal now is that like when you pull up to our school, it looks like a small little prep school. It looks like a campus.
Oh, remember the old gym? It's a auditorium.
Yeah,
I went there for my nephew's like kindergarten show or something. It was cool as hell. Looks like a church, which is scary. It shouldn't look like a church.
But yeah, no, they've
like
added a lot of
tiny
bullshit.
cross with little baby Jesus hanging above it. It's crazy.
I have actually I should probably show you. I have a whole video of like going through the whole thing. Yeah, because
I went to the gym. It was probably in 2010 because I went with like Todd Brown and like those guys, like Quentin, because what were we doing? I can't remember what the fuck we were doing. I was probably still trying to play baseball or something, but I was in there just barely did anything, but it was cool as hell. Like it probably wasn't even all the way done either.
Mm-hmm.
But
would you have been posting like comedy stuff if you were?
I don't know because I don't think I was that funny.
Okay.
But then again, I could have found out that I was earlier.
Yeah, you would have
like
gotten
more of an outlet.
You have gotten a lot of the bullshit shaken out.
When I was a kid, I didn't like all my friends were way funnier than me. Like Logan and Matt and Tim, they were so smart and funny, and Corey and Kevin especially, and like all these guys were just super funny. And I was just like, I'm just gonna be quiet and not.
It's usually how it is, though.
Worry about it. I wanted to be like the big tough guy and like, but nice and shit. You know, like the lovable, strong guy. Yeah. I guess I don't know. I was just a fat kid who seemed shy. And then like your class was like the first one that thought it was funny.
Yeah, we always thought you were funny.
I would get bullied and like called names because I looked like the fat kid from Bad Santa. So I got called Thurman Merman all the time. So I had to like figure out how to like kind of turn it around because I wasn't gonna fight him.
Yeah,
I could have. Yeah, but it would have. That was my brother's job. He fought shit and got his ass kicked. I didn't want to do that. So like Lucas Fulton would call me that when I was a freshman, I think, and then like eventually he loved me. Because I was just funny about shit.
Yeah, you just kind of accepted it. You kind of
turn it around, turn it around on him. It's fun.
Always.
It's like, yeah, Lucas Fulton, you're fat. And then I would just call. I don't remember if I called him that, but he was big. He was a huge guy, scary. I was just like, fuck you, I don't care. But they thought I was just fucking around, which is great.
I don't know.
I could get away with anything back then.
I would have for sure probably been doing more videos. Yeah. If it wasn't so hard.
Were you interested in that back then?
I was always, because what I did was my mom and dad had like a Blockbuster card, and so there's a Blockbuster in Platte City, so I went there, and I had my own income coming in as soon as I was 12, and so I was just always like, well, fuck, I can buy a. True.
Oh, I shouldn't have said that. Yeah.
No, I always had like little bullshit jobs. I was always doing stuff like during the summer that I would always make enough money, and then I would make $1,000 in a summer.
Jesus Christ.
And then, well, fuck. Like how I paid for like a couple of my guitars was I painted 3 houses during the summer. Oh. It was 2-story houses. I was just single-handedly just move it over.
Wow.
Dude, if I want something, I fucking just start doing it. I just start doing it over and over again. I have that third roll. Like you could just fucking slam me into the ground.
I'm glad you said. If I said something like that, I would be fucked.
It's so
not
funny
that I ever would. I wouldn't say something like that. That's crazy.
I have that third roll mentality.
The worst I'll say is call him the Prince of Honduras, because I think it's funny to think of you in like a Coming to America like situation where you're kind of undercover, but you're like a child too, and then you start getting money like in your bank account, but it's not a lot because Honduras doesn't have a ton of money. That was probably the worst thing I'll say about Honduras.
Yeah, so I was I'd always rent movies and I'd watch the director's commentary of it. That if honestly, if it wasn't the director's commentary, I probably wouldn't have gotten the film. It was just like, like I didn't know you can make something like this.
And talk about it.
And like, and then I didn't know you can make something like make it look like that, and it costs not that much money. Yeah. Because I always assumed like every movie was $1 million, like $1 trillion.
They just kind of happened. They just came up from thin air, and then this is a movie. Cool.
Before I went into film school, like I always thought that like the director like did everything. They did the camera work, they did the lighting.
Yeah, me too.
And you didn't know that there's this whole crew that helps him do this movie.
He directs.
Yeah, he just directs everybody into.
Maestro.
Yeah. I'm like, but yeah, because then now, like, dude, I tell kids all the time, I show people all the time, like, dude, you don't need to have a crazy camera, a crazy cool camera. Some of the photos I take and I post online, I get like,
your iPhone,
or like just my iPhone, and you just lighting, you just need some bullshit lights, and as long as it looks like what,
you just need 20 clamp lights,
and you're fucking ready to rock and roll. And it's the truth. It was like, so yeah, I would have definitely been doing more. And especially with all the time I was spending on the computer watching music videos and all that stuff, some of that time would have been spent, okay, well, this is how you do 3-point lighting. Okay, this is how you light.
You'd actually would have seen the stuff that happened, like that you wanted to do in a movie or a music video.
Exactly.
Like, I can go do that.
I can go do it now. And that's just because there was
the thing, too, is like, kids, like, I never had that inkling in my mind where I was like, I can just go do this when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can just go.
Because it was harder for us when we were younger.
We didn't know.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't, at least. I didn't know
some
I
stuff.
could just, like, do kind of whatever I wanted, really. As soon as I had a car. Like, oh, I can just fucking leave.
It's kind of true, too. Yeah, I didn't have that mindset either. Like, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I have my car now. As long as I stay within the parameters of, like, not getting in trouble,
I
then
know,
I
like,
could do whatever the fuck I want.
One of my roommate, Mitchell, started doing comedy when he was 15.
Really?
I didn't want to do comedy when I was 15. I didn't know even if I wanted to do it, I guess. But even if I wanted to do it, I don't think I would have known I could.
I did one when I was 17. So, and I was the summer before my senior year of high school. Like, I did a battle of the bands kind of thing.
Was that at Mac's place?
It was. No, where was it? It was.
You remember what I'm talking about, though?
Yeah, I know.
Place?
Yeah, no. In Weston? No, not in Weston. It was down in.
Fucking awesome.
It was Gladstone area.
Okay. Yeah.
By the Little Caesars. You know Little Caesars in Gladstone
yeah.
is? Yeah, it's around
Is
that.
that Boomers?
It was like in that strip mall area.
Yeah,
and there
I
used
know
to be a
what
big.
you're
Yeah,
talking
it used to be a big.
Hideout or something.
Yeah, that's what it was. I think something like that. Yeah, something like
where
that.
I got in a fight.
Well, that's great. Well, that's where I did a battle of the bands. And like, I remember. Because I never like to tell my parents anything like that, like any of my art stuff I did, because I just didn't want them to make fun of me for it, because that's what my family did. And so I remember having to lie to them. And then I remember getting home at 2 o'clock in the morning, because I didn't go on till 12 o'clock. My curfew was at 12. And I'm like, well, fuck.
If anything like that ever happened, and my parents were like, why weren't you home? I would just say, oh, I fell asleep.
Really? I never thought of that. They always, for me, they always assumed I was either doing drugs. I was doing drugs.
Yeah.
I would come home and my mom would immediately, like, she wouldn't say anything and she just put her face into my chest.
That sucks.
And I'm like,
what a psychopath.
and she's like, your heartbeat's kind of fast. I'm
Yeah.
like, well,
Like,
because I'm nervous as shit because you're
headbutted me.
yeah, in the
You
chest,
won.
you bitch. What do you
I'm
expect?
alive. My parents never did any of that shit like that, I don't think. I think like they were just kind of like, all right, well, we assume you did what you told us you were going to do, which was like go to your friend's house, which I would eventually do. In between
there,
I'd do whatever the fuck I wanted, and it was great.
See, I would always just tell them, like, well, yeah, I'm going to go hang out. I'm going to hang out with Tyler.
Yeah.
I'm going to hang out with one of my friends. But I just would never tell them what I'm doing. But they would assume, because these are good kids, that they're not. That they were fucking worse. They're worse off than I was. They were doing more crazy shit than I was.
Yeah. Your parents don't know shit.
My
My parents didn't know anything about anything that the kids were doing that I was hanging
It's so
out with.
funny, though. Like, my mom.
I was the only one that didn't smoke weed. The only one.
Yeah.
And Kevin. But Kevin never went anywhere because he lived in Farley. I was the only one.
It's so funny about that.
Everybody thought I did.
You know, when we lived together, my mom, she was like, you know, I know you're living with Aaron Naylor. I'm like, okay. She's like, I know he does drugs. I'm like, I know you're a fucking liar. I'm like, he works for Delta.
Yeah,
yeah,
back then I didn't think I really could. And
Yeah.
now that even if I could, I didn't really want to.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody thought I did drugs.
Yeah, he just drank.
Yeah, everybody
That's
did
it.
that.
But everyone drinks. It's legal.
I'll pass a piss test drinking as long as it's not the next day. I think that was I fell victim, even though like I never saw it like face to face. Nobody ever came up to me and was like, "Oh, you're a pothead,"
Yeah.
because I never presented myself as that either. I was a baseball player who was funny, and that was about it.
But they never like associated you with that kind of stuff because your brother or your sister.
I think I separated myself. My sister wasn't doing shit then, I don't think. But I think I separated myself from them pretty well. Also, Gavin being a grade below me helped a lot.
Well, he was same grade. He was same grade as you.
He was, but this was in 8th grade.
When did he get held back?
8th grade.
Okay.
So
why?
like in high
Like,
school, he failed.
Like
He
how,
failed 8th
how
grade.
do you fail like the 8th grade?
I don't know.
Like
man.
how do you
Like,
fail? Like that's why I never understood.
That's something that
I'm
I don't.
foreign and I never fail.
Yeah, I don't hold that against him because you're a teenager, you know.
It's true, like,
I didn't
our
fucking.
brains-
I wasn't great in junior high either. I stunk. I barely. My dad was like, "You barely passed 8th grade too," but that was also just kind of lump me in with Gavin to make him feel not as bad.
Yeah.
I passed, but it wasn't by a ton. I can't remember specifically what he fucked up, but he just wasn't. He had ADHD and nobody knew it, or for some reason my mom didn't want to.
They denied it or something.
I guess, man, it was weird. You don't want to admit there's something wrong with your kid, but also if it's something like that, it's not that bad.
need help
You can get it
fix it.
fixed, and then didn't start fixing it until he was like an adult.
Mm-hmm.
It's too late.
Yeah, that's true.
But what was I talking about? Yeah, everybody, I guess, behind my back. I think that's something that I've never worried about, is because the same thing kind of, I imagine, happens in the comedy scene too, because I've been like somewhat successful compared to the rest of the people and most of the rest of the people in the scene.
Yeah.
So I imagine there's some resentment toward me.
Right. I think that's natural though with arts and the arts.
Well, yeah. Anytime
do.
somebody gets something that I wanted, I'm like, oh, well, that fuck you.
Yeah,
you know,
like,
but I don't
that
like hold it against them.
But you're like,
it's cool.
fuck, and like
Yeah,
you're angry a
I
little
wanted
bit.
that.
Yeah, I wanted that.
But it's cool.
There's enough room for all of us though if you just work hard enough.
But there are people who like can't handle it.
They get super
and
angry
then they
about
turn it into like, well, I don't need to go do comedy festivals. Look at Naylor; he's not doing anything with them.
Yeah,
it's like, well, I
well,
keep doing comedy festivals.
Yeah, keep doing it anyway.
Ooh, Naylor got a manager. I bet she doesn't do anything for him. She doesn't, but it's still cool.
Yeah.
She's on my fucking website that I also don't use. She's there. But I think that's kind of, I flew under the radar in high school because I wasn't spectacular in school.
Mm-hmm.
I was a decent baseball player, but I wasn't fucking like Ryan Humes or Cole. What was Cole's last name? I don't remember.
The steroid kid?
Yeah, Cole something. His dad married my Zach Buckler's mom, my cousin's mom.
Really?
Yeah. I think they got married. Anyway, Sarah. But yeah, I was just like the quiet kid who played first base.
Yeah. That's what.
And I guess did weed.
Mm-hmm.
Who knew? I know the coaches in high school were mad that I didn't play football.
Yeah, I was always kind of surprised that you never played football because you're big.
Yeah.
You're big enough where
I didn't
I'm
want
like,
to get hurt.
it's understandable. I don't blame you. I don't
Yeah.
blame you on that because I was always fucking hurt. I was always sore.
Yeah.
Not like hurt
don't wanna
to
hurt
the point where I
anything.
couldn't play. I was
Yeah.
I'd play hurt, but it's just like fuck.
And also, fucking dude, I played the line in junior high, the offensive line. I was the center, and I think a guard. I don't know. I was bad at both, but better at center because you didn't have to worry about as much as like swinging and shit.
Mhm.
But
Pulling.
I didn't want pulling. Yeah, I didn't want to do that shit. I didn't like pushing people and doing stuff like that. Sacking was cool, but I wasn't fast enough to catch anybody on
Yeah.
defense. I wanted to play quarterback, and I knew I couldn't do that, so I was like, all right, I'm not going to
Well,
do this
not
at all.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always thought that was. I'm like, Aaron, like you're a big enough guy. Like you're like you have size on you. Like we could use
Yeah.
you for something. God damn it,
know,
we
I
could use
know.
you at least for like kicks,
Special teams.
like
yeah.
special teams shit. Like you
I
could
wanted
be
to
an extra
be-
body just.
I
in there.
like being the guy, which doesn't like line up with my athleticism.
Mm.
I am an athlete. Don't get it twisted, people.
No, he's a really good
Listen.
baseball player.
I was good at baseball. I can still throw a football really far. I can throw a football really far.
I don't think we've ever played catch before.
Probably not.
Because I can't throw football for shit. That's the reason why I always
kinda
ran with the
surprised
ball.
me. Yeah,
Always, yeah, like.
where people, I can't throw a baseball better than I can throw a football. I can throw a baseball well,
Mm-hmm.
but like I can throw a football pretty far. Looking at me, and you're like, oh, you can probably throw like 30 yards, 40
Right.
yards. I can throw like 60 yards, but like a
Solid.
baseball, I can probably throw like a maybe 80,
Okay.
maybe.
We should go up to the school, oral school,
Yeah.
because you can go up.
Mm-hmm.
They
Go
don't
to the
give a
baseball
fuck.
field.
They don't give a shit.
Yeah,
Put some cleats on.
I want to
Go
I'd
on the
like
field.
to. We did play. Mitchell and I played. We kind of broke into a baseball field that was in KCK. You didn't break in. We just hopped the fence. But,
There's not really much breaking into it.
still hit him pretty well, but yeah, I want to go play like more next year for sure. Just do anything.
You know, my nephew he got all conference freshman. He's a freshman. Tanner, the youngest one.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he's like 6'3".
huge.
He's like
Yeah.
fucking huge.
he
Yeah,
was
but
the first baseman after Todd, I think.
mhm. He's
Todd was my underling.
but yeah, he's like he's a freshman. He's 6'3", I believe. But he got all conference free safety, second team.
Jesus Christ,
It's pretty fucking good for a freshman because like I only lettered as a freshman. I
I'm
didn't.
thinking of Tanner Lintner, not Lintner, right?
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, I don't
You're
know
thinking.
your kid.
Yeah, I don't think you're. I don't think
No,
you
your
know.
sister's kid.
Yeah,
The
I like
the
that.
youngest one.
the youngest one.
Yeah, not Hunter.
Yeah, you know Ronnie.
Fuck.
You know
Rowe?
Ronnie Rowe.
Yeah.
Ronnie Rowe's dad It's so fucked up how our town is all. Everyone's fucked each other. It's so
Yeah.
fucking gross. I'm so glad I'm not.
me about
I'm
it.
so glad. That was one of the greatest things about living in that town. Like, I'm so fucking glad I'm not white.
Dude,
And I'm
my
not. and,
sister used to date Peyton Toy's dad.
really?
Yeah,
But like,
he was like 20 years older than her.
but Ronnie's dad
Mm.
married my sister, my white sister.
Oh,
Yeah, and they've been married for a couple years now. I
Oh,
guess or
really?
something. They've been married for.
Weston's
a while.
wild, man.
It's fucking gross.
that water's dirty.
I mean, very dirty. It's like such
Yeah,
dirty
I mean,
water.
my sister's currently dating our ex-cousin. So, yeah. Who's 1 year older than me, which makes it even better.
God damn it!
So weird, man.
I'm so glad.
I'm glad. I mean, I am kind of glad I never dated anybody in Weston. I wasn't glad about it in high school, but I'm glad now.
So glad.
Yeah, you got to go to North Platte, Dearborn to get the real ones.
Yeah, get the real.
The real ones that will fizzle out towards the
I
end of your
never,
relationship.
ever. I would always date girls that went to like Oak Park.
Mhm.
That went to
The
like
3 or
Park
4A
Hill.
girls.
Yeah, I would date these girls that I know there's no way that we're
Yeah.
nowhere connected, even though I wasn't born here or anything like that.
I don't blame you at all.
And I don't know how I was able to get those girls too, but I was able to get some really cute girls
Yeah,
growing up.
you
It's
were.
like, oh, like, where do you go to school? I'm like, what?
I'm Honduran
Okay. Okay.
and Egyptian. You know, the pharaohs and the Incas. I don't know who's in Honduras,
Mayas.
but they're close enough.
Mayans.
I wanted to say Mayan.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to say Mayan.
So weird because like there's really I can damn near get offended by anything.
Just about. Yeah.
Yeah. So funny. I always like people are always like, you know that tomato. Oh, I'm like this little.
That's why I don't bring you any of the salsa that I make. I bet you would have probably liked the first one I made 'cause it was pretty hot.
Yeah, I love hot shit.
I like.
I love taking like just tortilla chips and
Mm.
dipping them in hot sauce.
I don't like hot sauce.
Yeah.
We've talked about this before because it doesn't have any flavor to me. The hot is fine.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind hot salsa. I
Okay.
like hot salsa.
It has to have some substance.
It's
though,
gotta
with
have
it.
some like body to it too. If it's just like a liquid, like
You're okay
hot
with you need
sauce.
you need tomato vegetables
I
like
need
that, and you're
something.
okay if those
But I don't
vegetables
like
are
chunky
spicy.
salsa either. I just like it in kind of like a puree,
Right? Yeah.
you know, like a restaurant style.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just hot sauce is like not enough flavor.
Really? So you wouldn't never
It's
just
just like-
eat a burrito and just put hot sauce?
No, I would like when I bought before I was making my own burritos. I'd buy the frozen ones, and I would just take a bite and then open it up a little bit, pour some salsa in there. It's great.
That works. That works the same thing.
Yeah, I got really good at it.
Nice.
I'm a pro. I don't fuck around.
So there was some, I guess, comedy drama. There's some comedy drama.
Yeah, there was comedy drama.
Yeah.
What I want to say.
What exactly was the drama to begin with? Because I'm
Well, so there's a debate going on with the virus getting worse about whether or not
do indoor shows.
It's not that you shouldn't do inside or outside shows.
Mhm.
This was never like presented outwardly like to our Facebook group. One of the producers of the independent scene, who's like kind of like what I am, he runs his own like independent. That's where we do podcasts at his studio too, at the Barrel of the Bottoms. But he made a video and put it on Facebook that was like, please, I am asking all the comics, please don't do indoor shows because it's getting worse, and just take a few months off before everything kind of gets better. But he also said,
Start a podcast, goddammit.
start a podcast.
It's not fucking hard.
Start an online show. Like an online Zoom show or something. Pretty easy.
True. It's easy.
They're not great. I mean, it's not the real thing, but it's not bad.
Yeah. Better than nothing.
And it's free, and people will donate you money. But he also said, if you do own a club, keep running your own shows. I'm not telling you not to do stuff if you're gonna like lose income because of it. And then one of the owners of one of the clubs here posted a video that was kind of like a clapback video. I don't know if I'm using that right.
You're right.
Clapback
You're right.
is
You're
something
right.
that butts do on your back, but he released a video where he was like kind of like saying like, I think he took the original video. He poorly translated it to himself because I think he thought what he was hearing was like, don't do inside shows. If you do, you're a bad person.
Oh. Don't you just love how people...
And I had just done an inside show like that week at his club. So like I wasn't in on this at all. But then there's just like all this shit. And then the club owner was like, I'm also, by the way, on Thanksgiving, I'm going to have like a Thanksgiving dinner for people who can't afford to have Thanksgiving. Great. Cool. That's a nice thing to do. So, but also like people weren't disputing how this is like a heartfelt, thoughtful thing. They were like, please don't do that because it's going to be inside. It's probably not going to be socially distanced very well. It's just like, you can just give out curbside meals.
True. You
honestly,
can't do that. You can.
If you're just giving out free meals, just curb them, you know?
Wear gloves. Put everything
so then
in a container.
eventually he was like, all right, well, I'll do that too. But also, if you do want to hang out, just hang out here. Fine.
Yeah.
And then like it's a weird compromise, but there's people who are on all ends of it, but most of the people are like, do it, but we're not going to be a part of it. Which should be kind of the way it is. Like
with anything.
Yeah, because you can't tell somebody who runs a business that they can't run it, especially if they're not getting government assistance. Because no comedy club is essential, really.
No, it's not. No,
but,
it's essential.
So then there was like people accusing other people of bullying and then like not calling out their friends when they were bullying. And it's like, and then there was like a new Facebook group that got started where it's kind of like, I don't know, man. It's so, and then like I somehow get dragged into all this shit because I'm a prominent part of the scene and I was an admin on the original group page. And then there's a fake profile that's popping up that's talking.
Of you?
No, that's talking. His name is comedian Jake Jackson. And honestly, I started to fall in love with this guy because I think the shit he was putting out was pretty funny. So initially he commented on one of Joe, or my roommate Joe, and also like my co-producer of all my shows. He commented on a post that he did like a month ago almost, and he was like, he had this whole thing about like how like there's an elitist group of comics in Kansas City and they don't want people who aren't their friends on shows, and it's the same kind of bullshit that you always hear. It's like, it's very cliquey,
right?
Which it is, but most of the time the people who are complaining about the clique are the ones that aren't funny enough to be in the clique. It's not that they're like, part of it's on me because I surround myself with the people who I think are the funniest people in the scene. Not all of them are in there. There's a lot of funny people that aren't in my clique, which kind of nullifies the argument. Because it implies like, oh, well,
you're not elitist.
Yeah.
Obviously.
But in a way I am, because like obviously I want to be friends with people who are funny.
Yeah.
Because those are the people that you want to you gravitate towards good people who are good at what you do too.
Exactly.
And if you don't,
then
it's you against the world.
Birds with the same feathers flock together.
They flock together. So, which is kind of the argument that goes back to one of those things I was saying earlier about people talking behind your back. We've known for a while that people have talked shit about like the group that I book the most, and I admitted to it. I was like, yeah, I book my friends, which they're my friends because they're funny.
Should.
If you're not one of the funny people I book, but they're not all my friends. So it's not the same thing. But so one person called me out for this, and they were like, what was it? So I made a post on the Facebook group, and it was basically saying like the kind of the things you should do if you want to be liked in comedy. You don't necessarily have to do that.
Should check.
But I've seen it so much, and I've seen a bunch of people who aren't necessarily that good, but they are pretty well respected because they're decent people. So it's basically like, just be a cool person. You don't have to be in the clique, but you can start your own thing if you want. It's a big enough fucking place.
Yeah.
We don't
start your own show.
Yeah.
If you really want to headline a show.
If you want to complain about the shows that I book, by the way, I'm not booking anymore because we're not doing anymore.
Yeah.
If you want to complain about those shows, then fucking run your own show and see how hard it is to please everybody. It's impossible.
Yes. Start a podcast. See how hard that is.
Start a podcast. Yeah. Do something.
Fucking do something. You're
but
just
people
bitching.
like, I'll take flyers out on people who I don't trust comedically, but I like as people. And sometimes it backfires because like they didn't do well.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes they surprise me. So I'm like, oh, this is another person in the stable. But the more you do it, the less chances you give people, I think. So that's where these people come in who I either don't really know that well or I don't think they're that funny. But there are other people who don't complain and whine about that and go do their own thing, and they're fine.
Oh, yeah.
But like somebody called me out for what I'd said, and I messaged them instead of adding more flame to or more fuel to the fucking fire on the group. I just messaged them. I was like, all right, here's all the points that you made, and here's why you're wrong. But I did it like diplomatically and with real examples of people that person knew in Kansas City. And they were like, I'm so sorry. I'm just like having a bad day and all this shit.
And it's always the moment that you are able to like I get confront is not the best word to use for it because it sounds like you're upset by what they're saying.
I understand it.
Right.
I get mad sometimes when I don't get something I think I should have gotten.
Yeah.
But I don't take it out on anybody. No. But myself. I blame myself.
Yeah. That's what I do too.
Yeah.
That's like
which it's its own double-edged sword, but also at least like both edges are inside of me and not somebody else.
True.
But
it's
sorry.
Go.
So then I this person who was complaining about not getting booked basically, and they said that I like to get my ass kissed, which is something I don't like to get. He
really doesn't. Aaron does not like.
I know when people are coming up to me and being like, "Oh, you're so good at this."
Mm-hmm.
You know, I saw your videos or whatever. I think you're so good. Because I'm not going to lead them into what they want to say to me after that.
Right.
Because it's happened before and I know what they're doing. So I just say, oh, yeah, thanks a lot.
Just move on.
Yeah, it's an appropriate response to a nice thing that somebody said. But I have a feeling that, and even if they don't, that's not their ulterior motive, it's safer just to say, okay, yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. And then I leave.
Yeah.
Or I just go back to looking at my phone or something. Because enough times it's happened where they're like, oh, have you thought about booking me?
I just gave you a compliment.
It's like, I'm not going to... Right here, you want to do this?
Yeah.
You want?
Right.
So I'll tell people, like... I don't think any of those people are going to watch this video. But what I tell them, if they do that to me, which is a shitty thing to do, and don't do it. Unless they're your friend.
It's a she.
Say, if you're friends with somebody who books stuff, and it's cool, and you're both cool, and they just haven't booked you because it's hard to book everybody at the same time, say, hey, can I be on that show? That's easy. That's fine. But don't go up to basically a stranger and be like, hey, book me.
Yeah. Same thing like when people like find out you have a podcast, they're like, well, can I be? I'm like, yeah. Well, that's not really the point of what I'm trying to do. That's not what I'm doing. It's like, as much as nice as you are, and you might be a great conversation. Sure. It's like, at this moment right now, like that's not where my mindset is in with this art form.
I lose respect. I
lose respect for people when they do that shit too. Yeah.
Like it takes balls to go up and to do that, to say like, hey, I think I deserve this. So what do you think?
Right.
But most of the time, I don't think they do.
No. Because if you're asking, you're not there yet.
Yeah. Well, that's true, and the standards for me are higher. Because I've given flyers to people who didn't work the way I wanted them to do it. They weren't funny. I want everybody to be funny or at least do well, even if it wasn't that funny. And maybe I thought it was funny. That's enough. But I'll tell them like, yeah, you're on the list. Okay. There's no list.
Yeah.
Never made a list in my life. It's kind of in my head but the title of the list is people not to book on shows.
Well, hard. I mean, but it's got to be like that sometimes.
Well, if I think you're funny, like at an open mic when we still did open mics inside, then I'll go up to you and say, "Hey, good job." That's a fucking it's a mark. Whether you think it's like people think it's probably like I don't know, stupid of me to keep tabs on people like that, but that's how you book shows. You have to keep like a reference book, if kind of like a a Rolodex of people. and then like a check or a minus for how they
Same thing
did.
with film. Same thing with
Yeah.
film. Like you're gonna remember people who are really good at this versus
Yeah.
people who are good at that.
You pick their flaws.
Yeah.
But if your set's all flaws, then you're not. But the funny thing about the person who commented on my thing and told me like I like to get my ass kissed and all this stuff, I had booked them on the Weston show that I was trying to bring back, but it got canceled twice because of rain.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, you're still on that show if you want it. And they were like, oh, Aaron, I love you. I would love to do that show.
Of course you would.
I just, I was like, yeah, okay. Just this shouldn't have been an olive branch.
Yeah.
Because you're a fucking like, I don't know, man. I don't want to act like I have an ego about it, because parts of me thinks that I do, but also I've done a lot for this comedy scene.
Mm-hmm.
And I've done a lot for myself to
and you
put
still
myself
do a lot
on that pedestal. Not right now.
I mean,
this is the least I've done, and it's awesome. But I was running almost 4 different shows.
But you're like but you've turned that now into podcasting form.
Yeah.
You've just now do like 4 podcasts.
And something that my old roommate Amira said, which I really liked, and I'd heard it before, but she said it when I had gotten a manager, and I still think about it anytime something cool happens, is like, your success is our success as a whole the scene.
Yeah.
Anytime somebody does something cool in the scene
It
or outside of it, but they're still here,
the scene.
It's great. I might not like that specific thing, whatever.
Right.
I don't think most people are funny, but I like most people.
Yeah.
So, yeah, people get jealous. They want to be on top of a mountain that doesn't exist. We're all standing out in the field.
Screaming. You're just you're literally out in the woods just screaming.
Everything else is just like.
And you're just hoping that enough people like hear it and want to walk over to the section of the forest that you're in. That's all it is. That's what the thing is, like, there's times, like, every time I post, right before I post something on Instagram or Facebook, I always get into a sweat.
Really?
Because I'm like, because to me, like, I would never be on Facebook. I wouldn't be on any of the stuff if it wasn't for this. If it wasn't for me doing stuff.
I haven't put a picture on, like, an actual post on Instagram in a month, and it was the last show that I ran.
Right.
And it's awesome. I love it. I'll get on it every now and then, look at stuff, like see what my girlfriend's doing on her story, maybe like put our podcast on the story or something. But yeah, Facebook, I haven't done anything on that in like a month since the last show. I still post to Twitter every now and then, but I'm not like even thinking about comedy right now. Right. And it's great. I'm thinking about podcasts, which is just fun. Yeah. And I'll probably I'll get tired of not thinking about comedy and start a Zoom show eventually. But right now, and what also pisses me off is when people bring me into drama that I'm not a part of at all. Don't do that. It's rude. I don't fucking go to anybody else for anything ever, unless it's just a laugh with my roommates. Right. I'll tell them funny stuff about that people did or said. Right. Because we have mutual, interests in humor. Yeah. Don't fucking come to me with your garbage drama that I don't care about it.
But what I was gonna
I'm not a part of.
What I was gonna add though, for like the whole part of like me posting sites, is that like that's part of the job. That's part of the job now. That's what you have to do. You have to bombard.
I admire how much you do it, because I wish I could do it.
Like, I hate it. I do not like doing it at all. I really don't, because it's very pretentious. I find it to be very pretentious, and I'm always continuously calling people out that do this kind of shit. Yeah. Because like the girls who post 4 or 5 pictures in a row, and it's only like they only like barely move their arm, and they can just because it says 4 or 5 pictures, it's still the same picture, honey. Like, I think
though it depends on the content.
True.
So like, even though you're posting memes like that you found, it's better than the same fucking thing 4 times.
True.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, it all is
people like memes too, man. I underestimate the amount of people that
they love the shit out of it.
Memes.
I did not realize how more like just it brings more life to the page to my page. Yeah. But it's like I don't like doing this stuff. It's not the most fun thing to do. It's not, because to me, like, I find it to be very I'm being
It's like
very,
walking on a treadmill. You're not going anywhere, but you're doing stuff.
But it's not even that. It's just like I'm like I know I'm being annoying in a slight way, but I'm like, do you understand? I have to do this because if I don't, like, there's 20 other podcasts or a million other podcasts on my asshole that you're gonna watch instead of mine. And is there a level of me feeling like I do this week in, week out, and I just do it, and that's the reason why I feel like I'm like there's a little bit of flex I feel like I can have because of that.
I do have confidence in most of what I do.
Yeah,
I will not waver that. I think my confidence comes off as ego in comedy. But that's how I feel it. Because if I saw somebody saying some of the stuff that I say sometimes, I'd be like, oh, fuck that guy, you know?
Well, because I feel like filmmakers and comedians they're similar beings. And then the sense of like, you have to take something from your head and then you have to take it out, and hopefully that people, once you release it out of your mouth, like I hope this is related.
And if they do, you're like, oh, good, I'm good at this.
Yeah,
cool.
But you have to just do it over.
The confidence thing is a big deal,
but you gain confidence because you do it week in, week out, week in, week out.
You get good at it.
You just get good. Well, it's things like it's the rule of like anything. Like what's
the 10,000 hours.
Exactly, the comedian that does it. The guy who did Family Feud for a while.
Oh,
the guy, Louis Anderson.
Louis Anderson.
Yeah, because his rule was always like you don't know a craft until you do it for 1,000 hours. 10,000 hours like that. Or
I think there was a book called like something or about that people apply it to like arts like that.
I apply a lot of like comedians like stand-up stuff to like filmmaking stuff in the sense of like you don't really understand. Like I never understood vlogging until I got to episode 100 of doing it. I'm like, oh, now I kind of understand like a format of how I want to do this, and you're just kind of gathering, you're just kind of holding in sand. But
I think numbers like that though are kind of arbitrary because everybo's got a different kind of process that they do stuff. But obviously the more you do something, thank you, the better you'll get at it, go. And the more confident you should be
at it. Yeah, you should.
Sometimes I get down on myself about shit when stuff doesn't work, but I know
but next week I'm going to have a bunch of other
works.
Stuff. Yeah.
I know when our podcast is good and I know when it's not as good as last week, but it's fine.
It's fine, yeah.
I'm not fucking trying to shoot the moon every goddamn time.
But the thing is but it goes back to like what we were talking about, these people who are like that get upset. They're always the same people. They're never doing anything. They scream about like, why am I never on shows? Well, dude, you don't do you don't do a podcast. You don't do your own show. You're never hardly ever like.
Well, and some of them do stuff, but it's just not enough, or it's not the right stuff. Because there's so many avenues you can take in all these art forms, but I don't know, man. Like, I'll run 5 shows at a time and not get what I want. So.
But you learn something from it, right?
Well, I fucking learned that. Let's run a 6th show. I'll run as much shit as I can just to keep doing anything. I don't care about getting stuff from it
because you like it that much. Because you just like it.
Yeah,
you just want to do it. Yeah,
that's what I want to do. But like that's why I have 3 fucking podcasts because it's what we're doing now.
Because it's the only thing the only thing we can do to stand up or do something like that.
That's why I fucking want to do more shit like the goddamn
reaction
YouTube
videos,
garbage, and just kind of see what we can do with that shit and make it funny.
Okay, I'll start looking at reaction.
I think it's important to like, it's like. It's kind of like everybody's born with skin, but you kind of, if you want to get like a tattoo, you can make it your own. Like you can take that same mold, but put your own fucking spin on it, and now it's new.
True.
It's the same shit that like I don't know. It's I think that's why doing stuff like that would work because. I think we're both different enough than most of the stuff I've watched on YouTube. Because they're also like not professional comedians or filmmakers.
Right. They're just people.
They're just regular, and it's fun. So imagine like two like people who are decent at shit.
And they're trying to make this a full-blown career.
Who aren't like recording it on a tripod and with their cell phone in their living room.
Right. Yeah.
It's doable, and it's like I have been trying to think of like ways to get money from the internet.
Yeah,
and that's like something
weird little things I've been trying to think like maybe I should do like help Aaron with doing the t-shirt stuff because like I'm like I have as small as my little mountain, my little anthill is, it's still a decent sized little mound or a anthill compared to some people's like artwork because it blows my mind still to this day that I even have like over 15,000 followers on a format. It blows my mind because I'm like
you should try TikTok. I know it's like the worst fucking place on earth.
Everyone keeps telling me that, like, John, you could easily transfer over from Instagram to like TikTok and TikTok to Instagram.
People are on TikTok more than they are.
I don't fucking.
The people who
I don't get it.
Give a shit are on TikTok, I guess.
I don't fucking.
I don't either. It's just fucking Vine.
Mm-hmm.
No different. There's cooler effects you can do, but it's also like 6 years later. Of course, there's gonna be cooler stuff you can do.
Hey. So tomorrow's Thanksgiving, Aaron, of 2020. Probably the chillest year we've ever dealt with in our entire life.
Yeah, I'm thankful for a lot.
So it's been a weird year. What are you thankful for this, or what are you thankful for?
I'm thankful I'm unemployed. Thankful for my girlfriend. We'll edit that out to make her first and then unemployed second. Thankful for comedy drama. It is fun that it comes back every now and then. It's like the gift that keeps on giving.
Right.
It's like
I'm really glad the filmmaking circle isn't like that at all. At least if it is, I don't hear about it. I don't really give a fuck. The problem with
comedians who can't express themselves on stage is that they always find new avenues to do it on, and they suck at that too. But yeah, I'm thankful for podcasts. Jesus Christ. I never thought I'd say that one. Yeah, I'm thankful for you, John.
I'm thankful for you too, Aaron.
Thank you for being my friend.
Thank you. Well, thank you, Aaron, for being my friend too. Thank you for doing all this stuff with me. And
when I die in a terrible oil pit accident, when I go to the swamps.
Aaron was a good man.
I leave you everything in my will.
But he was a grumpy old bastard.
Good man. He grew up angry.
He grew up and just be all angry.
Do you ever think about like how you used to be really nice and didn't worry about shit as much when you were a kid?
Yeah. Now you grew up in a donut.
I've noticed that the less stuff that I do, the less social I am, the nicer I am and the better I am as a person. Like I'm back to when I liked myself the most when I was like out of high school.
I feel you on that.
I was just like pretty carefree and cool. Also, like Trump losing helped a lot.
I did too. That helped a lot too. But, like the one thing I'm like, John, you know what now you need to do? You need to like start really like focusing on like, someone doesn't want abortion. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah. You know why it's okay? Because like we've dealt with the shit when it was on the other hand, when the shoe was on the other foot,
and it
was a fucking ass, and like it was just a shitty time because it just caused so much separation. And I really do hope that's one of the things that we do realize out of this is like that caused like when the ripples just kind of like calm down and we're like maybe 2.5 years into Biden, which will probably be like year 1 of Kamala.
Yeah, I know. He's so old.
So fucking old. I love how people are saying that Trump's going to run again. I'm like, dude, he's going to be 102.
He's gonna be 80. Yeah. He's going to be old as fuck.
Why would you ever want someone like that running?
God. Yeah.
But
He'll
I'm
be
like
dead by then, probably. He's so unhealthy. He did get coronavirus, lest we forget.
Didn't die.
He didn't die because they gave him.
But Herman Cain died.
Well, Herman Cain didn't have the hookup.
But so you know what, Aaron? I think I'm going to save that little baby video for next episode.
Okay.
For another episode because we're like an hour and 3 minutes.
Maybe I'll watch it.
Yeah, we're an hour and like 4 minutes into
cool.
this. So do you? I don't know. Plug anything you want to in your social medias?
So Jordan Silver and I's podcast with our buddy Dustin, who's also on it. I think he's maybe call him a producer. I don't really know the lingo, but that's dropping December 1st. I don't know what on.
Let me know so I can push
We'll figure it out. We're gonna meet. We're gonna do it again on Monday, so it'll be a bit. But yeah, that'll drop. And then listen to the Cool Baby podcast on iTunes and Spotify. And if you have Google Podcasts, what's wrong with you?
There's other platforms.
There are better platforms. I guess iTunes is pretty outdated. Anyway, check it out.
Kind of.
Instagram is I am Aaron Naylor. Twitter also at I am Aaron Naylor. I had a good tweet. Let me say it. The existence of cum dumpsters implies the existence of cum landfills. 50 likes on there, I think. Pretty good.
Nice.
Imagine a landfill just awash with cum.
Awash
like an ocean of cum. Pretty cool. All right.
Oh, one quick question.
Hit me.
What do you feel about that thing that was found in the desert? You think that was like a hoax, or do you think that's a real thing?
I hope it's real.
It was real?
Yeah.
Aliens? You think that's an alien kind of thing? Saying, hey.
If that's an alien thing, it's
well,
pretty
the Close
docile.
Encounters, that's what they
I
had.
know.
Yeah.
I think that's why everybody's attributing it to it.
Yeah.
I think that's why somebody put it there as a prank.
That's what I think, too. I think it's kind of more of a prank than anything.
It would be a pretty funny prank.
But it'd also be kind of cool if aliens, because maybe it's like,
sure.
Could it be any worse than having Trump as president?
No.
Nope.
In Trump's presidency, they admitted that aliens were real.
Yeah.
Anyway.
They did. They
John.
Follow me on all my social medias at John D. Clouser. My Instagram is probably the most popular one. I post memes every morning.
He's gonna get on TikTok soon.
And I don't know why over 600 people on average watch those things. I don't know why. But thank you. And thank you for all the comments you guys get back to me, because I do interact a lot with those, because I know I've hit a nerve with people and they love it.
A lot of them, yeah.
They love it, and they love the
pretty-
fact that, like, oh my god, I never thought you would even respond to me. Like, dude, I'm no one. I'm just a fucking dude that sits in a room on the third floor of a mansion in Kansas City, Missouri,
Look
doing
at the
podcasts.
views on this podcast and tell me that he's somebody.
I'm not. But thank you guys so much for watching.
Worthless.
Have a great Thanksgiving, because you'll see this on the day of Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. I'm gonna call you, Grandma.
Be good. Wash your hands.
Call your
Wear
grandmas.
a mask. Do all that good stuff. Realize that people have other opinions than you.
Kiss your cat.
And that's what's so beautiful.
Sometimes they have thyroid problems and die.
Yeah, do that too. Maybe let a dog licking you in the mouth. I don't know. I don't know what. I don't know you. I don't know your life. Anyway, we'll see you guys on the next episode.
Bye.
Bye.